Hey YouTube, this is Survival Every Day, and I'm doing a little video here, and I got to chuckle a little bit because I've been I've tried to do this video here a couple times, and I'm not having much success at it. I've got Turbo, my four-legged friend, running around behind me, and I've got him out. He kind of gives me a heads up when the UPS man is here, and I'm waiting for the UPS man to come, and he hates him. And well, anyway, so in front of you there's a tool. Other than me, the tool. Some folks out there are going to recognize it. Go, I know what it is. And a lot of people go, what kind of video are you making here? But anyway, this is a mini cutoff saw. It's a 2-inch blade on it. This one's made by Anaconda, and I got this one on Amazon. So I'm going to do a quick, kind of like a little review on this, and really what it's used for, and my take on this, and another tool which is in this bag here. So anyway, real quick, this cutoff tool, originally there was one made by Harbor Freight, and they ultimately decided to stop making it, and I don't know why, because this is a very popular saw. And the reason why it's so popular is, for the people out there who are not familiar, it is a saw that is used to cut down 5.56 to 300 blackout. You know, 300 blackout is an expensive round. I don't know if you've ever priced it. If you have a 300 blackout, the only way really to shoot it, in my opinion, is to reload your own. And I have a lot of 5.56. And if you take a 5.56 and you cut down at the neck and you resize it or re-neck it, you can put a 30 caliber bullet in it, and then you have your 300 blackout. I'm actually going to do some videos on reloading and some of the ins and outs of the 300 blackout. Well, anyway, like I was saying, Harbor Freight, they had this saw. It wasn't orange, it was black and gray and a red handle on it, and people were buying it, and then all of a sudden they stopped selling it, and uh-oh, how are you going to cut down your brass the old-fashioned way with a little hacksaw? Well, I guess somebody started selling them, and so now they're popping up on Amazon. I don't know if it's still, they're all Anaconda, or if they're under different names, but they're all orange. They look just like this, and it's identical really to the Harbor Freight. And the argument is that this isn't as good as the Harbor Freight one. It says it's 7,800 RPM. I really doubt that. I think it's probably half of that. But anyway, I just got this in the mail, and here's the box. Comes in. It includes one 2-inch blade, which it's attached. I actually ended up buying some more replacement blades. This, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I got this from Amazon, and the prices, Harbor Freight, the prices were like under $30. And remind you that this is the same thing, different color. And now on Amazon and on eBay, they're going for like 80 bucks. I managed to get this one for 60 bucks, which is way overpriced. Opened this up, and looking at it, I don't know if you can tell, it might not show it, but this one looks like it's used. I haven't used it. And maybe it was a floor model. I've emailed the seller. Maybe it was sitting around or something. There's like rust. It's like a little bit of rust on the vise here, and there's like crud in some of the cracks and crevices. I don't know if you can see that. See all that dust on the bottom of it? I mean, really? Anyway, so I'm gonna give it a shot. What you need is, with this particular saw, is you need some sort of like device to put in here to hold your rounds sort of square, and so that and uniformly, so that you can always make the same cut each time. Now there's a guy on a couple of the, I think it is a 300 blackout forum, I think, and I'm going to see if I can annotate his name and his contact information. Well, I guess he's a machinist, and go figure, a gun person being a machinist. Wow, this got oiled up. He sent me. Now this is supposed to be a blemished one. Maybe it's because of tooling on the back here. I don't know, but it looks pretty nice. Well, anyway, he makes this tool, and like I said, I'm going to annotate somewhere over here his eBay front page and also an email for him. And he makes this, and what it does is you put in your round, and there's, oh, by the way, there's a I don't know if you can see it when I take it out. You put it in, and there's a small little ball bearing in there that captures it, and there's a little spring behind it, and I guess this is for tension. And this was specifically made, I'm assuming, because that's what he sells it as and under, for the Harbor Freight saw. Now you can imagine the guy's making this, and all of a sudden the Harbor Freight saw like disappears. So now, you know, you're stuck with this one, like I said, which I think is a duplicate. Well, anyway, hopefully you can see this. So then this thing goes sliding in here. See if it even fits. That would be okay. After sticking around with it a little bit, I finally figured out that the little vise that you got on here has a bolt in here that holds it down, and that you can do your miter cuts on it as you spin it around on the base of this. You got to take that off. And the seller that you get this from, he supplies two bolts, Allen head bolts, and you can see in there, I got that one in. This one over here, that hole is too small for this one, so I'm gonna have to drill it out, unless I can, maybe I can kind of tap it as I'm going. That's a little tight. I can give that a shot, but as you can see, this is something else I've noticed. I'm gonna actually measure it just to be on the safe side, but the edge of the block sits on the edge or the lip of the base that the saw sits on. So let me plug this in. Okay, so I got it plugged in. The on button's here. There's a little red safety on here. When you push this down, the bottom, see that puts it into the hole so that you can come down and cut it. Now I'm looking at the saw right there where it's cutting off. I know that seems a little short. Let me go measure that just to be on the safe side. Okay, so the actual measurement, Sammy Spec's measurements are 1.368, and so I think I have it in here at where the blade's going to come down. You have to do a little trimming on it, but where the blade hits, I have it a hair over that, so it's like 139. So I've got a little bit to play with there. So all right, so let's see. You're supposed to have safety glasses on. I don't have any. I should go get some. I'm only cutting one piece. So anyway, all right. So here you go. Listen to it. I think it's kind of noisy. It sounds like. Oh, and by the way, this is a belt-driven little. You have a motor back here, and then you have a belt, and then it drives the blade, which could be kind of problematic, I guess. All right, let's give it a shot. I don't know if you saw that or not, but the piece that I cut off came shooting right into my eye. It never fails. Murphy's Law. Anyway, all right, so it cut it. You got some shavings on there. I'm going to say that did a outstanding job on that. Look how that, I mean, that's a nice cut. Anyway, the deal to this is that when you, I'm going to have to take this off. That's annoying. When you come down and you cut, you just got to do it really gentle and slow, and don't force it. Let me go imitate like another round. So then you'd push this through with another round. Maybe I can't do I'm not doing a good job on it. Let me unplug it before I do that. With my fingers in there. Anyway, and you put another shell in, and as you're pushing it, it pops it out. So now remember, with these, actually it looks pretty nice. It's you got to deburr it. Now there's a couple other saws out there that you can use that are actually, they don't have an actual blade on it. They're like fiber ones, and you know, also you could also use your Dremel. But with this jig and that metal saw with a small little fine teeth, it does a pretty good job on cutting that. So anyway, all right. So now I don't feel so bad about my purchase of this Anaconda saw. It does come with one of these little guys that you're supposed to put on the table and screw it down. Everything I've read about that, it's junk. Just don't even use it. You got a couple of mounting holes on here. I'm going to go ahead and mount it to my workbench. And then I'm going to go ahead and see how many of these I can do. And let's just see what the overall length was. All right, so it's 1.37, so I'm gonna have to do a little trimming. Okay, so this is the jig and the saw, and it's all mounted to the desk. I just wanted to show you the craftsmanship in this little sort of jig for cutting. So you cut your piece off, and then it pops it out. Now I kind of caught it, and as you put another one in, and it holds it, another one goes in, cut it, and it's in there. I mean, it's in there. So it makes a nice, flat, even cut. Also, the seller of that gave me, included in, hold on a second here, he also gave me a, this is kind of a neat thing. At first I was like, oh, cool, or some sort of like funky wristband or something, but actually this goes around your mags and indicates that you have a 300 blackout because, you know, obviously you're using 5.56 magazines. Also, something that I didn't realize, I didn't look into the packaging, but he gave really, really good instructions. I mean, really good instructions on installing this. And like a dumbass, I didn't look, well, I didn't see it. So, but anyway, so this jig is, I'll annotate again where I got it from and who I got it from, off of. I got this one on eBay. He has an eBay store, and this was supposed to be a blemished model again, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it looks like it's a brand new machined, anodized equipment. So